Hey, I'm Shana Galen, and I hope by now you've heard about the release of my new book, which is called Third Son's a Charm. And I thought today I would talk a little bit about some of the research I did when I was writing this book. So the hero in my book, his name is Ewan, and he is a returning soldier from the wars against Napoleon. He was part of an elite team, and he was kind of like the bodyguard or the tough guy of the team. And as the book opens, this isn't a spoiler because it's pretty much basically on the very first pages. We find out that it looks like um, Ewan has dyslexia. And I'm not an expert in dyslexia by any means, but I do know that it's defined as a neurological condition that impairs the ability to read. And I know it can also have other effects, but that's one of them. So in the late 1800s, they typically began to take a medical approach to dyslexia. But my story is set in about 1816, 1817, and it was very hard to actually find any research at all or any writing at all about dyslexia. I did find that before the late 1800s, maybe before the 1860s, 1870s, that children who were probably dyslexic, they didn't really have a way to evaluate that, were just basically considered mentally impaired by parents and teachers, or that they were considered to be lacking motivation. And if you read the book, you'll see that both of these accusations are heaved at Ewan. And of course, neither of those are true. He's very good at a lot of different things. He's just has difficulty reading. Sorry, the dog has decided that she wants to lay right here. So the very first professionals to study dyslexia, one of the first professionals was a guy named Adolf Kussmaul. I'm not sure if that's the way you say it. And he was in the 1870s. And he is the one who actually coined the term word blindness. And I use this term in the book, even though it's a little bit past my period, because I thought it was something that could have possibly been used during my period to describe what Ewan is seeing. He might have even considered that word himself. So it is a period term, but it's not necessarily correct for the period of 1816. I took a little bit of liberty there. But of course, when Ewan was growing up and suffering from this, he really didn't have anyone to kind of help him with it and teach him strategies as we do today. And the more research I did, looking into dyslexia, I tried to give Ewan what I would call visual dyslexia. And when I looked it up, this is what it said. It said that people who have visual dyslexia often have difficulty recognizing letters, and they tend to have letter reversals. And so this is what Ewan has difficulty with and why it makes it difficult for him to read in the book. So that's a little bit about Ewan and about the research, some of the research that I did when I was writing Third Son's a Charm. And if that sounds interesting, I hope you'll pick up a copy. Thanks.